Hello, hello. We are here, Artistry of Cartomancy. I'm here with my dear friend Donna from Artists and Oracles, and I'm Kim from Abundant Life Tarot. Hi, Donna. How are you?
Hello, my dear. I am well. Thank you. And you?
I'm great. I am great. I'm rested. I got a cool tropical breeze flowing through here. Yes, I'm great. No complaints.
Nice. Nice, nice.
Yes. So, we have a fun topic today, Disclosure Day, sharing our galactic decks. And Donna, our resident um, idea comer upper, like you come up with the greatest ideas for Artistry of Cartomancy, our series. Um, yeah, you came up with this idea. So
Did.
I
I did.
I appreciate that. What inspired you to come up with this idea about us exploring these type of readings as well as the type of decks that we have in our collection that
Mm,
could speak to those kind of readings?
yeah. Well, the absolute number one main inspiration is the big summer blockbuster movie that is out right now, which probably most people have heard about, which is Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg, which I have not seen yet, but I have seen probably every trailer there is on the movie. I've been hearing it talked about for months by different YouTube channels that I follow. I follow this topic closely for well over a decade now, and I intend to see the movie probably when it's released on streaming. Um, but I just all of a sudden realized this is the big topic of the summer. Like, there's a lot, it's in the news a lot. There's a lot going on with the US government, files being released that have been, what's the word? Confidential. What do
Oh
they call
yeah,
that? Um,
um,
they're
I
releasing
guess it's
files
confidential.
to the public. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I just thought, wow, this is a topic that's going to be on potentially on clients' minds. And I began to look at my deck library, my tools differently, thinking like, okay, if suddenly there's some big changes and news coming out as predicted, how am I going to be able to serve my clients? What decks are going to help with that? So then I came to
yeah.
Kim and said, "What do you think? What do you think about this topic? What do you think about, galactic decks?" So,
Yes. And for me, full disclosure, I haven't watched the film yet. I will when it is available for streaming. The nearest movie theater around me is like 2.5 hours away. So I'm not going to go to the movies to see it, but I'll stream it. The other thing is, I haven't really had clients as of yet ask me specifically about this. But you know what was interesting, Donna? Was yesterday I had a client on the hotlines. Was she was asking more about her gifts. She's claircognizant, and she said that her mom is as well, and so she wants to explore how can she stay grounded and use, and discerning and grounded in her readings. And she could very well be one of the folks who are called to do these types of readings. I feel like I'm starting to get more reading requests from people who want to explore their gifts. And that just seems timely for what's going on collectively. Um, Even with,
that could be the movie. That could very well be the movie based on what I've heard about the two main characters
okay, okay,
with their yeah, that
yeah,
they're both quite intuitive.
interesting. So I'm here for it and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So yeah, oh look, one of my channel members, and Kofi Poise Elite member Simone is here. Hello, friend. Thank you for being here. Hey, Beth. Hello. You made it. Thank you both for being here. Okay, so Beth, we're going to spend a good chunk of our time in a little bit talking about the decks in our collection that we think could serve the purpose for galactic type of readings. But initially, I thought I didn't have any. Like I was like, do I have any? And I started like shopping online. I saw the Galactic. Donna and I talked about the Galactic Star Tarot. There was a couple of other decks that lean this way, but then I was like, I don't feel like buying any decks right now. What about you, Donna? Did you know off the top that you had decks in your collection that could serve the purpose, or did you have to kind of like think about it and pause?
I did. I definitely knew I had a couple of oracles. But it was really a fun exercise to like just go through everything and look with different eyes. Which is, you know, a lot like when you do a tag, right? When you do like a tarot tag. And you look at your decks to see like, okay, what would answer that question or fit that bill. I did the same thing again, and I was surprised that like there are a bunch more that there's a couple that are not, you know, you wouldn't think of them as quote galactic, but
Right.
I'm excited to show them to people because I think like they could work really well.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are mass market, so you may have them already, or you may have easy access to them. And so that's one of the things we want to like share. I want to share with you guys and kind of empower you. Like, you know, don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is a whole big thing. And you know, now I got, you know, like we did. I did the same as Kim. You know, I definitely hopped online. I was like, I need more decks, you know. And I'm not saying I didn't buy a couple, but I had my eye on 2 different oracles.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like go there. You know what I mean? You don't have to go there. And in the end, like it may take me a while to get to these new decks. Really, when I've sat with them now, what I've pulled out, I've had them out for a couple weeks. And I realize it's my old tried and trues that I'm going to start with because I feel the most comfortable with them, you know?
Yeah. So, that's, I saw a couple online. I'm like, oh, like the Desert Illuminations Tarot. But I was like, I think for these types of readings where we're exploring what's out there or what, you know, how can we best serve our peeps when, you know, when this happens, like when these, you know, beings make contact with the majority of us, how would I need my tried and true decks. I think the decks that I have a connection with more so than anything. So I think once I came back to that realization, I was like, okay, I don't need to go shopping. Let me shop my collection.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
finding a gang of decks. So there's that.
Yeah. And I will just say, like, we're going to kind of weave in and out of the topic maybe a little bit, Kim, right? As we share our decks. But like, you know, we're all wondering like, what's happening here? You know, like how much is more the government going to be talking about or telling us or showing us? And so that as that all unfolds, you know, it could get really bumpy, right? It could get upsetting for a lot of people. True. We could have people coming to us, even if you're not a professional reader, really what I'm sensing, if things continue to roll the way they're rolling, you may have friends and family coming to you just because they know you're intuitive, you're open-minded, you're into spiritual things. You may be called on to hold space for people and help people deal with a potentially world-shattering topic here. True. So again, for me, that's a good reason to like work only with like decks that I already have some level of comfort and knowledge with. You know, I don't need to be breaking in new decks in the middle of all this. I want somebody that I know is like strong, solid reader.
Yeah. And you're more like studied on this topic. What do you call these beings? Because over the years, they've been called UFOs, extraterrestrial beings. What do we call this phenomenon in your professional opinion?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are a bunch of names. So, you know, some people are even just calling it the phenomena, right? Because it is so like mysterious. But the older version of the word, you know, coming up, like a lot of us, we just said UFOs, right? And that meant unidentified flying objects.
Yeah.
Then a few years, I don't know how many years it's been now. I don't think more than like 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was the U.S. government, but correct me if I'm wrong, it could have been another government. Somehow there was this new term that came about of UAPs.
Yes.
And that stands for unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Oh, okay. I like that.
It's just a little bit more general, nebulous, whatever.
Yeah.
people do still say extraterrestrials.
Okay.
But then there is lots of talk, research, different people, researchers that believe that some of these beings that we're not quite sure who they are, they could already be living here on the planet somewhere in the oceans. There's been a
Oh,
lot of footage released by the military showing things coming in and out of the ocean.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense that you have to kind of just have a broader sense of what they are, what it
Right.
is with the phenomenon, because if they're in the oceans or in the sky or in the the universe or
Or the inner
beyond,
earth. There's a whole inner earth theory that they're in the center of the earth.
that's really cool. I
Yeah.
like
And
the
there's a
idea.
lot of folklore that goes along with that, with across the world, different countries, beliefs and stories and folklore about. Yeah.
Wow. Sure. Okay. Well, now we were going to maybe pull some cards, but I'm wondering, you want to go ahead and get started, like sharing some of our decks, or did you want to do the little mini read that we are planning to do? I realized, I'm like, oh, I should probably ask my friend.
Yeah, let's start with showing some decks, right? And then we'll kind of like talk and see who shows up in the chat, and we'll kind of work our way up to maybe pulling
I like that
some
idea.
cards, because I want to be sure people have ideas for
Yes.
either things they might have already, like I said, or things they could easily have access to. So
Absolutely. And so Simone says, when I heard the theme, I remember two off the top of my head: Moon Power Tarot and Mars deck from the same creators. I think I saw the Moon Power the other day in my, when I was like, I need to get a deck. I've got to get it here. And then I saw that one. I'm pretty sure it's a cool deck.
I've seen that one around. I don't have either one of those two, but I've seen them around. Yeah.
Well, I love the idea of sharing some decks and chit-chatting, and then we'll pull a couple of cards and then go from there.
All right, cool.
Would you like to do the honors of sharing your first pick?
Sure. I will dive right in and I will share. This is an old classic. I looked today. It was published in 1989. A lot of people may know. This is the Voyager Tarot by James Wanless. It's a collage deck. It was really, I think, one of, if not the first big mass market collage decks on the market. Ooh. So, but it's very, to me, it's very galactic. Like practically every card, see, like this is a planet. There's lots of planets. There's lots of very galactic things. There's he changed the suit of swords to crystals. So there's a lot of crystals in there. And for me, I've had it a long time. And it's just like, yeah, I'm really thinking like this might be my go-to tarot. Like my goal is to have one or two go-to tarots for this topic. And then, a few Oracle. Like I always have a bunch of Oracle.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have way more Oracle.
Right? Like, I think this will be a good one. And to me, like, it's a beautiful deck. It's got lots of colors. Even though there's like chaos, which, there may be a lot of chaos coming up pretty soon here. I mean, there's already a lot that people are dealing with, but somehow there's like beauty and soothing within this chaos. I think it could be, I think it could work well for people.
For sure.
So anyway, that's my top pick, Voyager Tarot. And there's a couple books that go along with it. I only have one, but there's this one by James, and then I think there's another like full guidebook that somebody else wrote, if I'm correct. So like it's a deck it's been around a long time, and a lot of people have really, done deep dives and worked with it. So
okay. I like that. That has been if you've been in tarot for any period of time, you probably have heard or have the Voyager Tarot. I'm surprised I don't have it yet. But hearing you talk about it, seeing the cards you just flip through, I could see myself getting it for sure. Let's see. Donna, what is your sun? Beth wants to know, Donna, what is your sun, moon, and ascendant?
Sure, I can share that. I am Libra, sun and moon, Cancer rising.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the deck that I am going to show you, I had shown this to you when we were chit-chatting about this topic. And so this is the Afro Avatar Tarot by Colored Afro's Art. I think it's out of print, but my friend Queen Aset had gifted it to me. And I was like, okay, it follows the Rider-Waite Smith, format, if you will.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, this was the first deck that came to mind when I was like, well, what kind of galactic type of decks do I have? So this one came to mind. Here's the card backs. I love the card backs.
Yeah.
Here's the High Priestess, Empress. It's in order. Let me show you some different ones. Here's Strength. Wheel of Fortune. I love the Devil. Feel like core of the earth energy. Here's the Star.
Oh, I like that.
The Moon. Let me see if we got any minors up in here. Oh, another look, core of the earth feeling. Ace of Wands. Okay. Pretty Two of Wands. So that's what we've got. And I won't, let's see if there's anything else, but look at the Four of Cups. So yeah, that's what I have as my first little foray into this topic.
Nice.
So yeah.
Tell us the name again.
This is the Afro Avatar Tarot.
Cool. Is that in print, mass market, or is that an indie deck?
It is an indie deck, and and it's got gilded edges, but it is an indie deck. And the last time I checked, I haven't checked in a while, but the last time it was out of print. But maybe you never know if you reach out to a creator of an out of print deck, you never know. They may have a stash of decks. I've done that and it worked. So there's that. Yeah.
Okay, I can do another tarot. And then maybe we'll hit Oracle, or who knows? Who knows what Kim's going to share. So here's a mass market, US Games, the Mind's Eye Tarot. And this I literally just found this morning when I was sitting here getting ready for the show. I don't know. I looked up and it winked at me and it was like, hey, what about me? This is Olivia Rose, I believe, right? Olivia Rose, the creator's name. There is something to me very, very galactic about this deck. There's a lot of like sacred geometry in an interesting way. And to me, that's a good thing to like go in your collection and say, like, what decks do I have that have a lot of sacred geometry in them? Because they could work well. They tend to be they tend to be of the galactic flavor when they have a lot of sacred geometry. But this has a lot of ocean, right? And Olivia, to me, she's very much like a mermaid. She's got a lot of mermaid energy to her, and she draws these mer-looking creatures. And so given that the phenomena has a lot to do with our oceans, I really feel like this could work really well. And there's just something very like mysterious, otherworldly about her art. Yet it's beautiful, it's comforting. This is also super feminine deck. It's mostly females in here.
Okay. I love that Ace of Pentacles.
hopefully, well, not hopefully. I really feel, the divine feminine is on the rise here. She's coming.
Yes.
We're in the final
Ooh.
throes of a long run of patriarchy, and so I
Oh,
think
that's
this
true.
is a good deck to work with, to tune into. So,
Okay. That is a
so the Mind's
gorgeous
Eye Tarot.
mind's eye. I
And
feel
she
like,
also, I don't need to show it, but she's got an oracle that I have too that I love, which is the Mermaid's Purse. And this is it's like all oceany. It's all,
oh, the
so that could be
mermaid's
really,
purse.
really fun.
Are they both mass market?
This one, I don't know that this is. This might be indie, but the tarot is US games. So this is
Oh,
definitely,
okay.
this is definitely mass market.
Mermaid's Purse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, hi, Anna, Louise. Oh, like Louisa, excuse me. It's been a while since we've connected. Thank you for being here. Is the UFO Tarot valid as galactic? Okay. Do you know of the UFO Tarot?
Is that the one that you mentioned that we were both looking at that we don't have?
Oh, I
Is
don't
that what she
know.
means? The one we were both considering getting? What is that called?
The
Galactic
one
Star?
that's the Galactic Star, but I
Oh,
think there is.
UFO Tarot. I think that's like an old US Games or something. I don't
Yeah,
have that either, so I can't
yeah. I
can't
don't.
say, and I can't see it in my mind's eye right now.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It was published
But we can check it out.
on Los Scarabeo.
Oh,
Published it in
okay.
2007. Um, I would venture
I would
to
say,
say yes,
yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
Los Scarabeo tends to, yeah, they have well researched
Yeah,
decks, but we don't know it, so I can't say.
yeah. But looking at the images, I would say yes, my friend. Yes, that would be galactic for sure. And if you have it, it's saying it's rare, so it's a rare deck. So
Yeah, it's
if
probably
you,
out of print.
yeah, if you have it, use it. I'm like, it looks very galactic to me. Let's see. Hey, J Marcus. Yay, I'm glad you're here and listening in the background. Oh, and Beth says the Kelly Burton Sacred Bee Tarot decks always have sacred geometry, which I could, like you
Yeah.
said, Donna, I could see how that also plays nicely in these types of readings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's out of
Yeah.
print. Yeah, it is. And it's, if you all get your hands on the UFO Tarot, for sure, that would be one to add in your repertoire of decks to use. For sure. For sure. Okay. So I am going to share.
What you got next?
I've got, let's see, I think what I'm going to do is a little double whammy. I'm not going to show too many cards because there's so many deck flip throughs of this deck, these two decks, but they're tarot. And then from there, the rest of my little collection is all Oracle. So
cool.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Let me get myself up here. So the first is the Moonchild Tarot. And this I've had for a while. And then the other one is the Infinite Door Tarot that I can't keep my hands off of. So I'll just show a couple from each. You all know these. I have flip throughs on my channel if you want that full flip through experience. But obviously, when you're talking about moon and stars and galaxies, that to me lends itself to these types of readings, but not necessarily. I did a reading a couple of weeks ago for our Feel Good Friday on this topic, and I used the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Here's the Moonchild. Look at this Hierophant. Oh, card backs. So Six of Swords. Stonehenge looks like it's behind there. Some kind of, Stonehenge. Which, don't they say like there's some kind of energy coming from Stonehenge? I don't know.
A lot of people feel it's an important portal on for the planet.
Okay. So I've got the Moonchild. I won't go through
Cool.
any more beyond that. Because, yeah. Do you have any more tarot?
I do. I have several. I think I'm just going to show the books of two of them quick, and then I'll show you one other that I'm considering as sort of like more of a personal deck for me, and that's. Do you want to put me back up, Kimmy, so they can see me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tarot of the She, which is mass market. To me, this deck is always from the get-go. It just let me know, like, I'm a heavy hitter. Don't be coming to me with silly questions. You know, like, so I've always had a lot of respect for this deck. I trimmed this, by the way. I trimmed it. It's got this beautiful, really sacred glyph on the back, which reminds me of one of the Reiki symbols. I recommend trimming it, but you can trim it without, don't touch the glyph, because the glyph is a big part of the magic of this deck, in my opinion. So be careful of that. But I think this will be like more so for me, and I don't know. I have to kind of feel my way. I don't think this is a deck for just any old client or friend or whatever. And for me, this is very much it's the she, right? So it comes out of ancient Irish folklore. So it connects me to my ancestry, which is Celtic. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one. We'll see. But I think I've been waiting for, like, what is the real purpose for this deck, and I think it's coming soon, so that'll be really good.
Yes.
And then the other two that I found lurking about when I was looking is the Starman Tarot, which, like, I've done nothing with, but I don't know, I was sort of like, I need that deck. I'm gonna put that deck away. So there's this deck, if anybody has this or knows this, or is a big David Bowie person, you know. And which I'm not. I'm sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing with it, but anyway. And then I'm not anti. I'm just never got really into Bowie. And then there's the Star Tarot. This is Llewellyn. To me, it's very galactic. Most every card has stars in it. It's a beautiful deck. I just haven't particularly bonded with it. Maybe I will soon. It's kind of big and clunky for me. So that's a lot of it. I'm very much in a tactile phase where, like, decks have to feel good and they have to be manageable in my small hands.
Absolutely.
But I just thought these are great options for people. Like, you guys may have these already. If you have them, dig them out and take a look, because they're both very galactic. You could do lots with them.
They are. And they were also in my short list of, maybe I should get those. I've seen the Starman Tarot for a number of years, and I do like David Bowie, and I was like, I should get it. But then it's so busy, the artwork, I was like, I don't know. And then I saw the Star Tarot, which people love. People do love that deck. So I think that could work. And then with the Infinite Door, here's just some cards. I won't make myself big. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this reminds me of Planet of the Apes. Here, I gotta make myself big. If you've all ever watched Planet of the Apes, where the 70s version, not the modern depiction of it, but where the astronaut ends up on, it looks like a beach somewhere, but really he's not. He's on the Planet of the Apes. And so this gives me that vibe. The astronaut is like in new territory. So I love the Infinite Door. I love it, love it, love it. I use it all the time. I did not expect to connect with it as well as I did. And I feel like this is one of those decks I could use for the purpose of these types of readings for sure. Yeah. So let me see. Ana Luisa had said, I found it in Russia, worth getting by all means. So the UFO Tarot, I'm sure. Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's stunning. Stunning. So y'all better get your hands on it while the getting is good. I have a feeling people are going to
I would second that. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what's already in the pipeline, what's going to roll out. I have a feeling we're going to be flooded with all kinds of UFO decks.
You're right.
I'll have plenty to say about that, I'm sure, once they start.
That's
Once they
true.
Cranking out stuff, because
There's always trends in decks.
Yeah.
And she says, my motto, don't mess with chihuahuas and don't mess with the fae. That's true. Don't do that. They're they're sprite.
Yeah, don't mess with the fae.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the fae. I can definitely attest to that.
Yes, for sure. So now, Oracle decks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with tarot. Let's do Oracle.
Okay.
And, I mean, some people may find that, like, you're going to want to just work with Oracle on this topic. Like,
That's true.
tarot might not work well. It might be too constricting.
That's
so you
true.
might want to have Oracle decks.
For sure. For sure. And you could just maybe use your old standard tarot deck and then have the reading complemented or supported by Oracle decks. That's what I found works best for me in this type of reading. If I was doing a reading for myself, that works for me as well.
And that reminds me, I did want to say about this, the Mind's Eye Tarot here.
Mm-hmm.
It's standard Rider-Waite-Smith. There's no change of the suits. It's the 4 traditional suits as we know them, wands, swords, cups, and whatever else I'm forgetting there, pentacles. Mm-hmm. So, that it makes it very comfortable that way. Like you could kind of dip your toe into this new topic and field with people, but you'll have the stability of like a standard Rider-Waite deck to work with. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to keep going with with Oracle? Okay. So these are all. Well, let me start with these 2 that I know are definitely mass market, and I think the other one is some type of mass market. It's not a major publisher, but last I knew, I mean, I got it from Amazon, so hopefully it's still available there. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one people have probably seen around. It's the Mystic Martian Oracle, which I will say, when I first saw it, I was like, I tend to have a little bit of a snotty attitude sometimes. I just like some decks to me, I'm like, oh, it's so silly. I'm like, oh, it's silly. But then I, looked at it, and actually it's a good teaching deck. This deck has, it has kind of 2 sections to me. It has a whole section that's various ET races, as people have understood them to be. Various people like us, spiritual people that have either had experiences, channeled them, through ancient lore and texts of various cultures. So it's a good deck in that regard if you just want to learn like some basic things about the major species of ETs.
That's cool.
I mean, there's speculation that there are many, many species of ETs, and that's a big part of why governments have been silent for so long, is that they're trying to figure all this out, and they don't want the general population, like Pleiadians, right? Lots of people have heard about the Pleiadians.
True.
Wow. So, and it's just, it's fun. This is a Blue Angel deck, so it's well done. The artwork is, it's got a lighthearted feel to it, but it's the real deal here, best I can tell. So you could get it as much for the guidebook as anything else. And then there's kind of the other, that's sort of, I would say, 2/3 of the deck maybe. And then the other cards are like things like the pentagram, like sacred symbols. I'm trying to read this backwards. What does that say? Starseed, just kind of defining basic context. There's elemental cards, right? Fire, water, Vesica Pisces. There's a lot of sacred geometry again. So this is a fun one. What's that say? Third eye, right? So just kind of introducing crop circles, definitely related to the phenomena for sure. True. So there you go. That's a really good option for people. The Mystic Martian Oracle.
I like
Lisa
by
Porter.
Who? Lisa Porter. Okay. Yeah. I like that it teaches the different races of species.
Yeah, I've got another one for that too that I could share for sure.
Nice. I likey. Me likey. Okay, so The next one I'm going to show is the Work Your Light Oracle. And I'll put myself up here.
Good old Rebecca Campbell.
Yes. And then there is the Starseed. Oh, the box. You know how I go with the box. But Rebecca Campbell and artwork by Danielle Noel. And when you said the Pleiadians, there is a card. I can't remember if it's in the Work Your Light. But there is that card. There is that energy in this particular deck. I can't remember out of the two. And so if we're doing readings to support the folks, this one could definitely help with that. Like, for example, we have protection. You know, there's that. We have here the Great Gathering, Starseed.
These are great options because, like, they've been out a long time and they have a whole following. Lots of people love them.
True.
You know, so like if you have those in your collection, there you go. Boom.
Boom. You already got them.
That's right. Start right there.
Get grounded. Awakening. I was hoping to stumble upon the Pleiadians. Mintaken? Have you heard of that? Here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
It looks like a mermaid. No, it says longing for home, belonging the original light workers. But yeah, can't find the lovely Pleiadians, but Lemuria is there. But yeah, and you all know your work your light. Oh, look, Pleiades. There they are. There they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, same kind of energy with the Work Your Light. Different meanings. I mean, you could, I used to combine these two decks actually. When I would work with them a lot, I combined them and made them a massive Oracle deck.
One big deck.
And I took out some of the cards that didn't resonate. And the Sea of Mintaka. I don't know. But nevertheless, great decks. Love them. I still have them. I see people sell them from time to time. And I'm like, oh, it's too bad they don't, you know, they're not aligned with them. But some of us are. And maybe that's because they've been waiting to be worked with in these types of readings. I don't know. You know? I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, could be.
Their time is coming.
Their time is a coming. So, yeah. So what do you have next?
Okay, I've definitely got two more Oracle. I've got several more Oracle, but two more three really I want to show. Okay, this I think I'll just show quickly. I think this is fairly new, the Avatar Oracle. So it's another, it's rock pool. And so you can easily get it. It's basically like if those who resonate with the blue light and the blue light beings, there's a lot of talk about the blue light beings, like people like Nancy Rebecca on YouTube, been talking about that for quite some time. So this would be a deck if that's kind of your resonance, but it's a good general oracle. So anyway, maybe we'll show that next time. This, since we're really kind of getting into the nitty gritty of the topic, I want to be sure to show the Galactic Heritage cards. Now, I hope they're still in print.
Yes.
This, like, if you really want to get into the races and really start to do some deeper study about the various beings that are either visiting us or connected here or whatever, this is a great resource. Okay, this whole it's a meaty book. You get like at least a page for every card, sometimes more than that. And I forget what it is. I think it's over 100 cards. It's a great size. I love the cardstock. You know, it's like a little smaller even than Tarot, so it's really manageable. And I would just say, like, this is a study deck. I don't think I'll be using this with clients for quite some time unless things drastically change on Earth here very quickly. But I I've been working with this just on my own, and I've found it really interesting and helpful just to do small readings. So there's like colored suits, and those pertain to either the different races of beings. I think it's mostly the races and different topics.
Mm-hmm.
And it's well laid out in the guidebook. You know, the artwork is a tad bit, you know, it's not really abstract, but you know, but I like it. It's
Ooh.
airy.
It is airy.
And there's keywords on every card, which is great. And then they tell you like where they're from. And then what is this, like past? I guess they all say past, present, future. Some of them say parallel. Like there's a whole system. I haven't like mastered the system or whatever, but I just kind of dove in, and you know, I kind of freeform it. So anyway, I would really recommend this. And I think she has another book out, this creator, Lissa Royal Holt, and I did a little research on her, and she's well regarded. So I think it's definitely a good resource.
Lovely options. Okay, cool. So you literally have your collection really actually includes, like, you've got decks about the species, the various species, the galactic energy, like. So folks, definitely, you know, I'm going to get a list of the decks from Donna when she gets a chance. I'll update the description box for our decks that we've mentioned today. But yeah, check them out, because she, you know, you have a lovely selection. Lovely selection.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I've had these for a while. You know, I've been interested for a while. So.
Okay. So I have an unusual one that maybe people wouldn't even think of, but I have the emerging Toronto artist, ETA Oracle, and I think this one's still available for sale, but it is an indie deck. I may have backed it on Kickstarter. What I like about it is the artwork, as well as the keywords. So we have diverge, instinct. Let me see if you can see that. Instinct, interesting artwork. Water, passage.
Oh, is that the artist name on the top of the card?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
cool.
Right. Yeah. So I have the ETA Tarot, but it's packed away. So, and I was like, this one actually, when I was going through trying to pick which decks, I was like, oh, this actually works for me. It looks like almost like this man is, you know, followed by this, I don't know, extraterrestrial being. Like, and the keyword is bounty. So I share this with you folks, because maybe you don't have decks specifically for the purpose of like galactic readings per se, right? But in your collection, you probably have unique artwork, decks, keywords that really ignite something inside of your imagination. We have Messenger. So it's just a unique little deck, the ETA Oracle. And like I said, I believe it is still available for purchase, if I'm not mistaken.
So and it has ET in the title.
It does. It does have ET in the title. Yeah. So
yeah. And you can totally make this your own, like, you know, just like anything else, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have to all get like literal and be like, oh, okay, I need 3, you know, technically galactic oracles and 2 tarot. Like, no, see what you got going on already. You know, look at your decks with a new eye and be like, I wonder if I was drawn to that deck like for this reason this time.
Exactly. Right? That happens a lot for me in the years that I've been doing readings, where you don't know why you got the deck and you don't know why it's sitting on your shelf and not being used until one day you're like, oh, I want to do readings and oh, what about that deck? And then you pull it off, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, this is the reason why I got you, is
Yep.
this particular type of reading. So yes, I know, I love the artwork, and it's all unique artists. All of the cards are done by, however many cards are in there. It's all different artists. Some people don't like that though. They don't like that it's not a cohesive thing, but I think it works better for Oracle than it does for Tarot. And I think I resonate more with the Oracle deck versus the Tarot because of that, if that makes sense. It's like 78 artists. Could,
Yeah, that could be a lot of chaos there. Yeah.
Bye, Beth. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, Beth.
So yeah, that's what I got.
Cool.
How about you?
Okay, I think I have maybe one more oracle to show. I might throw a couple on our list in the comments, but this I've had, I don't know, a year or two. I saw another tarot tuber, not tarot, she's not technically a tarot tuber, recommended this deck, and the minute I saw like one card, I was like, whoa. I was so physically drawn to this. I knew like, okay, I need to check that out. So this is called What We've Forgotten.
Ooh.
What We've Forgotten by Amy Miranda.
Okay.
Good little guidebook, just a black and white little white book. The cards are a little on the larger side. Here's the box. Nice hard, clam box. But I shuffle them this way. I shuffle them long ways like this.
Okay.
I can manage. I really like the card stock. Nice card stock. There's the backs. So it's your basic Oracle deck, but look at this art. And it all has these I love these golden borders. To me, it has like a real alchemical feel to it. There's something about it that's like old and new at the same time. And very galactic, very otherworldly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful images. Love this card. And it's a very clear reader. Like, I think I'm going to use this if we pull a few cards. And I could see this as a really good, like if you guys were to ask me like, okay, give me a recommendation, like one tarot, one oracle, this would be my oracle pick. And my tarot would be either Voyager Tarot, if you can handle that kind of busy collage, or vintage deck, or the other one that I keep showing you, Olivia Rose's The Mind's Eye, I think is an excellent choice. So yeah,
it's gorgeous.
I have something very, very deep, very soulful, very otherworldly about this. I just think it's a really beautiful deck.
Oh, look at that card.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it a lot. Yes.
And it's a Blu-ray deck. Like there's just, it's got these beautiful blue backs, and most cards have a big pop of that like royal throat chakra blue. So.
Oh my goodness. Love, love, love. Okay. Let's see. Simone says, what do you think of the Ocean Dream Oracle? Do you know of the Ocean Dream Oracle? I
don't know it.
Is that by Rebecca Campbell? Is that, or Danielle Noel? Yeah, is that the one I'm thinking of? Because if it is, it's
sounds
gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I don't have it, but that was only because I was like, well, I have quite a few of the decks, from the artists and creator. I'm like, let me pump my brakes. That's beautiful. That's right. Oh, look, I know my decks. Yes, I don't have it. I know of it, and I could see it working, I guess, if you're dealing with the ocean creature aspects of it. But really, again, it's whatever deck resonates with you. And you really could use any deck, honestly. I always say that. I'm a proponent of that. So there's that.
Yeah, and I did want to say too, like I have two decks that I've had a love affair with for over a year now that I use practically in every client reading, and I probably will still start there because they're my home base. So it's the Color Mage Oracle.
Oh, yes.
I love tuning in through color, and I think that could totally work. And then the Emotional Oracle deck.
Yes. This one?
Yep, that one.
I use all the time for every day. I use this one.
See,
every day.
I love that deck. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so good because it's literally has the name of the every card is a different emotion, and then it describes that emotion in detail. Like, look at all those words on the bottom of the card.
Look at that. Yes.
So what I'm finding now, I'm curious about you, Kim. What I'm finding with that is like I tend to end with that deck. Like I may start with a tarot, or I start with a color mage, and then I go to it. So we do some work between multiple decks, and then it's like we're fleshing out the question. And then at the end of the reading, I want to help them to just get in touch with what's the emotion, because that's kind of the root of everything, especially if like they're getting good information.
Yeah.
But they're kind of acting like, yeah, but I just still don't understand, or I'm not getting what I want. I'm like, well, let's take it. And that inevitably really helps. They're like, oh, just sort of like, oh, right. Yeah, that's what I got to work on. So
I love it for relationship readings because they'll ask, well, how is so-and-so feeling about me? So I'll pull a tarot card and I'll pull a couple of these, or I'll say, what emotions? Oh, I was helping a client last night choose between like an apartment in New York City, like 2 apartments. And it was like, okay, well, how, what are your true feelings surrounding this? Or how will you feel 12 months from now about these places? So I pulled a couple of cards for one apartment, a couple of cards for the other, and then for their partner, and I was like, so they could visually see, like, this is how I would feel 12 months out living in that apartment. So I love that deck.
It's got a lot of uses. It's very versatile.
Yes.
Very versatile.
Hello, friend. Let's see. Hershey. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, Hershey.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So I have.
Do you have more? Keep going. I mean, I have more that I can just show really quickly.
True. And I might just not even do flip throughs. I'm just going to like show.
Yeah, just hold it up, right?
Yeah. So this one is the Pathfinder. I'm going to show you all this one. Just a couple of cards from it. It's a square deck. Not everybody's jam, for sure. It's square, but it's so good. For example, like here's the time. And each of these little symbols here is in the guidebook. It expresses what that particular interpretation of time is. And there's even a UFO card in there. There's a lot of little earthy and otherworldly type of cards. But isn't that cute? It's got a UFO card in it. And sky. It's beautiful. I love this deck so much. And then the other one, which kind of reminds me of like the Rebecca Campbell, Daniel Noel decks, is the Starlight Frequencies Oracle by Leah Showman.
Oh, yeah. I've looked at that. That looks really good.
I love it. I use it for card pulls for myself, and I keep the cards, for my eyes only. But I've used it in client readings, and it works really well as well. Like, for example, I got this card, Great Awakening. Notice like some of the keywords that these decks kind of speak on. Beacon of Light. It's really pretty. I think that's all I'm going to show, because I think I did do a flip through. Inner Peace. And it has little meanings, keywords, and whatnot. But yeah, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. It's a little more, I like the color palette a little bit more than here, Galactic Federation of Light, than say like the bright colors that are shown in the Rebecca Campbell decks. Not that I don't like those decks, but I like you've got the card backs black.
Yeah, love the backs.
and it's mass market. It's got black gilded edging. So it's a nice little deck, and I use it. I pull cards for myself all the time from it, but it works well in readings too. I'm not going to show cards from this one, but this is the Enigma. It's like a playing card deck, but it has a lot of references to UFOs and other types of entities and whatnot. It's a great deck. I love it. And then
I don't know. You might have to show me a few of those.
you want me to show you? You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we got a minute. Let's go.
Let me see.
So it's playing card.
Yes. So it's visitation. You see the numbers there, but there's a guide like you could download, which I have. I printed it out and I keep it on my shelf. But here's visitation. I made sure to pull out some of the cards that I thought were relevant. Psyche. So it's like a game. It's a game deck, but you can use it for divinatory purposes, which I obviously use it for divinatory purposes, but there is a game attached to it. Here's War. I love it. Telepathy. The Oracle. It's funky too, right? Like oh look, there's another little it's Daniel Martin Diaz who created this deck, and he uses this motif a lot, the little UFO in his cards. So
is it mass market?
I think now it's available mass market, but I think he also still has the indie edition on his website, because I think I saw it on Amazon at one point, and I was like, I got it indie a number of years before I saw it on Amazon. But then when I went to go look at some of his alchemical tarot decks, I saw this on his site as well. So he has both indie and mass market. And there is a game. I never use it as a game. I just use it for divination or, readings, if you will. And I did a flip through sometime this year, I think, of the Illuminati Oracle. Really good deck. I used it during the impromptu reading about UFO activity and disclosure type activities going on a couple of weeks ago. And this was the Oracle deck I used with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck I had. Powerful stuff. All sorts of cards, about this topic, if you will.
Yeah.
One of my favorite galactic decks is Magical Dimensions, Hershey says.
I don't know that. Magical Dimensions.
Magical Dimensions. So I love that you all are saying and calling out decks. Yeah, because we're going to check them out, right? So, and they are, those, if you're talking about the Starlight Frequencies Oracle, it is kind of like a linen-y texture. It's a really good quality deck for being available for mass market, purchase. So those are my decks. I have plenty others, but for time's sake, these are the ones. What about you?
I'll flash one more really quick that I just stumbled upon like a year or so ago. Orbs cards, like a little square deck, like your little square deck that you just showed. And it's just like various photographs where people have captured orbs. And yet it's sort of an archangel deck. So like each card like mentions an archangel and has a little saying on the bottom, which I didn't realize when I just got it cold. I thought like, let me just see what it is. So anyway, just to show some related things. And I keep hoping that somebody needs to get doing crop circle decks. I mean, the gorgeous sacred geometry, the art of crop circles, every year they're coming out. Like,
that's true.
And people are photographing them and taking drone footage of them. Like, I actually have one deck. I hesitate to show you guys because I'm sure it's out of print. I found it at Avebury in the UK, like years ago, like 10 years ago or more. Okay, I'll show it for inspiration and to put it in I'll just start really fast.
Yeah, I want to
put it out there in the ethers. Like somebody needs to get making decks like this. Look, it's just a simple square deck with photographs of crop circles. And then on the back, like they tell you the name of it. It's in French and in English. And they tell you like Yeah, they just tell you a little blurb about it, like what that, because they name them. Like when they come out, there's people that are, they just give them names.
Oh,
Right? But like we could have a deck with like hundreds of images of crop circles. It would be the coolest
that is such a trip. The crop
thing. But I've
circles.
tried to find this because I wanted to gift it to a friend, and like I can't even find it. Like it's obscure. But it's called, let me show the title card so that people can maybe try to find it. Let's see, where did it go? Here it is. Crop Circle Messages.
Wow.
By Patrice Marty. Patrice Marty.
That's such a great concept, actually, when you think about it.
And there's the website. Actually, I don't know that I went to that website, so we could try going to that website to see if it still exists. Isn't it a great concept? I mean,
it is a great concept for a deck, because you could be like, oh, this
these.
crop circle, I'm channeling in the messages for this crop circle, and it is this, you know, like I can totally see how that works for a deck.
I mean, look at that. That's incredible. And those are circles, perfect circles that just appear in a field. Like, it's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's fun.
I get tripped out. Yeah, look at that. That is amazing. I get tripped the heck out on those. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it is in print. Or like you said, you put a bug in the creator's ear, and then the next thing you know, it's in sync, because they might have been ruminating over whether or not to do another little print run, or maybe they have a few stash in their garage, and then you get a copy, and there you inspire them to start selling them again.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Oh, totally, yes. Totally. Let's see. Here she says, oh, the Light Star deck, she is wonderful. Light Star deck. Do I know the Light Star deck?
That's the one she just mentioned. She said her favorite was Magical Dimensions.
Oh,
by Light Star. Okay, we'll have to check that out.
I'm going to check that out for sure. Thank you. Yeah. You know, I love me a good deck recommendation. Crop circles are art. They are.
Yeah.
They really are. And there was a tarot on crop circles called Tarot in Black and White by an Australian artist. They may still sell it on Etsy.
Oh, we are getting the scoop here today, people.
That's why I like doing these.
I should be taking notes on my own show.
Yes, I'm going to look at the transcript. I'm going to upload this to my Vimeo, and it does the transcript. And then I'm going to like look at all y'all's deck recommendations, and then promptly go and look them up. Hello, right? I need one or two.
Yeah.
So and like,
okay,
how
are we doing? We're a little tight on time today.
Yes, we are. We are a little tight on time.
I could go 10 more minutes top. So if we wanted to just pull a couple cards, Kim had a couple good questions here that we thought we'd pull cards on.
Yes, indeedy. So I'm going to plop these questions into and we'll pull cards, and we have readers in the chat. So
yeah, you guys pulled along with us. We know you're like getting all your Galactic decks off the shelves right now. So come on.
Yeah. So you may
dust one off.
Yeah, dust one off, and you may as well just go on and help us out. Like, let's do a reading. So in what ways will people need our gifts during this time of transformation, this time of illumination and revelation? Let's see in what ways will people need our gifts? And I'm going to pull, like, do I want with my oracle or what? Let's see what you all.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I love this deck so much, you guys. You guys, I love this deck. I really do.
Oh, the pretty one with the blue.
Yeah, what we've forgotten. Do you want me to dive in, Kim, or you want a minute to do?
Yeah, you go ahead and dive in first.
Okay. So first card out I got is this one, Ancestors, which to me that's really interesting. So I've been. Yeah, that's been coming in a lot more for me personally in readings. But what I got right away in terms of the topic that we're talking about is, you know, as things continue to unfold and potentially get a little shaky, it's always great to just help people reconnect to the ancestors right away. For me, it's the greatest source of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to navigate that a little bit. Like for some people, they might think immediate ancestors, and that might not be such a source of strength for people. But our ancestors go way back, and they're not even, you don't even have to just think in terms of your bloodline. You can think in terms of different lifetimes of ancestors, if you're connected with different lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be off-planet ancestors as well. So if we begin to work in that way, think in that way, like, well, think ancestors, think people that have been connected to us for a very long time, beings that have been connected to us for a very long time, that have a vested interest in our growth, our spiritual growth, our growth as souls, our individual growth as souls. And then I also got open doors, which I kind of like that. Like I love both of them, but this is sort of a good first card. If you think about like, how are we going to use our gifts? We're going to be opening all kinds of doors for people. We have no idea. Because none of it's going to be a brave new world, I think, in many ways. Even those of us who maybe have been following and trying to figure out a little bit, it's a huge topic. The more I learn, the more I realize, like, there's just so much. It's vast. It's vast. And I'm convinced nobody quite really knows what's going on, which gives me comfort. I find comfort in that.
Yeah, I do too. We're in this all together.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like taking our first steps almost as a toddler, as a species. That's what it feels like to me. So we'll just be kind of like holding that door open and providing support for people.
Yes.
Helping them find that wherever they can find it. And for me personally, ancestors is going to be a big way, because I gain a lot of support from my ancestors. So.
For sure. Oh, I love. Okay. So I went also with Oracle myself to answer this question. And kid you not, the cards that I got from the Illuminati Oracle is the Galactic Politics card and Mainstream Narrative. And then I got the crumbling of the mainstream narrative surrounding galactic politics, right? The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? We're going to be called to use our gifts, whether you are intuitives or you're a tarot card reader or you're a psychic, whatever the case may be, you're going to be really supporting human beings to manage how they move through the crumbling. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? When we think of the tower, a lot of times people are like, oh no, the tower. But really the tower is like, look, this is going to be shaken down to its core for us to rebuild something new. And we're going to be dealing with that together, supporting them with that. Break the chain, which I thought was interesting. This card came up because it also speaks about ancestors, ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future. That's what is written here. So it's not so much to me about like, oh, what kind of gifts. It's more about when we're called upon as light workers, if you want to call us healers, this is the healing that is going to be needed for the peeps, right? And that goes into our second question, really, like, which is question number 2. How can we be of support to those who need it?
Yeah.
How about what did you?
I just pulled one for that. Let me see what else I can get. But to me, this is kind of it. This is totally it. I got courage. And this weaves with what you got with the narrative, the mainstream narrative. There's a lot of talk already in the online ET community. Researchers and people have been following it for a long time, that there's a lot of suspicion about, if the government continues to release more things, that they're working on a big fear narrative, you know, surprise, surprise, right? Like, so
True.
that's my sense of things. I'm preparing for how to help keep people out of fear, help people to regulate their nervous systems. I have a lot of experience in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's been like what I've been doing for the last 8 years myself. So, and to, you know, provide courage and just help people to just say, hey, we're going to stick together. We're going to be okay. You know, we're going to stay in our own realities as much as we can. You know, just bring people back to the basics. Be grateful, stay
Mm-hmm.
grounded, look after your body, look after your loved ones, you know, stay in the moment day by day, and we'll see what unfolds. So,
Right.
but that's all about courage.
I love that. I love that. And for me, question number 2, I got here symbols, helping people to recognize the symbols for themselves of what may be coming, because a lot of times we're very scared of the unknown. But just like, you know, ancestors, I don't know what they may have experienced in dealing with this kind of phenomenon, but they can inform us, and they can plant symbols in our spaces for us to look for comfort. Can I make big promises that, oh yeah, we're gonna make it through? No, but you know, we've been through big changes as humanity before, and here we are still standing. So just reminders of that, and to help people who are called to expand on their gifts to support others, to help them to recognize symbols for themselves, you know, when they come to us for readings, you know, and be like, oh, well, what's going on, and give you symbols, you'll be able to help them with that. Spirit communication process, again, that's where we're powerful at. That is what we are gifted at doing for the collective, for ourselves and for the collective. And lastly, ethical awareness. We're already seeing that now with the advent of AI,
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be
having
huge.
to, exactly, and I'm not going to harp on that, we ain't got time for all that, but ethical awareness going forward as this crumbling is happening, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, so that's what I have, folks.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Love this
hey,
topic.
I do too. We could go
Thank you
on
for
and on.
your willingness to dive in and do this, Kim, and hopefully we'll do this
Yes,
other version of this topic again.
absolutely. Anna Luisa Herring got 10 of Cups, dealing, handling, and making sense of Akashic records. And Hershey got, I got Galactic guidance, sharing our star family through assistance and cooperation. Simone got 10 of Wands, seeing what's important. Absolutely. What is most important, and let go of
Yeah.
the rest. And Hershey got, I got oneness, finding balance, patience, and divine masculine and feminine energies. And these are big themes and big topics. But at the core, it is about us remaining, you know, close, and remembering our humanity and the strengths of which we are, you know, better as one, together, unified, no matter what's coming our way.
No
So
matter
I
what.
thank you, Donna, for bringing up this topic and spending time with me this afternoon. And I can't wait to see what's next for our Artistry of Cartomancy. Is there anything that you're working on at the moment?
Not online. I'm just getting ready for some in-person readings on Saturday. I'm excited for. So yeah.
Nice. Well, yes. Well, I guess we'll see each other again in a future Artistry of Cartomancy. And I want to thank the chat and those who watch the replay for joining us, and share your galactic decks, peeps. Share your what came up for you for those prompts. We want to hear from you. I'll put the prompts in the description box as well, so you can, and in the comment section. All right, friends, gotta
Thanks, everyone.
go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Artists and Oracles. Bye.